Okay, so if you guys, there's not really any classes that we could offer that we don't already offer, other than multicultural literature. If we want to bring back Brit Lit, I think those are the only classes that we could offer that we don't.
Writing workshop.
What happened with the multicultural lit class? It like took off? It was
Yes.
supposed to take off, then it didn't take off? and
Some
it was like,
schools offer it, and we just have never, I think we thought maybe our community wasn't quite ready
okay.
for that class at that time, when that first came out.
So sad.
I remember you guys like bouncing around names of potential people who could teach it, and I was one of the names that came up, and Mr. Jennifer, and then it was like, it just never happened.
Yeah.
Maybe you should put it on the schedule and see what happens.
We could see.
That's what a student taught
I wouldn't mind teaching it, I'd take it.
I can see what they're saying.
Not that I want a third prep, but.
I say, let's give you a third prep.
Not necessarily asking you.
Not many.
It's like 8.
Yeah.
I couldn't really ask.
Pretty sure that's.
She's like,
It's
After I read like
project
8?
based.
You
won't be
I heard.
I saw it on the list and I was like, ooh.
I know it's October, but if you know you're leaving, or you know you're thinking about leaving, or you know you're thinking, like you already know, like I hate this grade level and I really want to change, if you could let me know, the sooner the better. So because registration, I have to give everything back to Lacey November 1st.
Wow.
With all of our like
I'm still not teaching 12.
department updates. And then if you want anything, like you want to get gifted certified, or you want to get ESOL certified, if you're interested in getting AP certified, let me know. I don't know if we'll need AP certification. We have research, seminar, lit, and lang. I don't know what we'll need yet for AP. Or gifted. ESOL I know we'll need, because Santosh has like 87 preps in each of her 5 classes.
I need someone to teach it next year.
Yeah, so, yeah, and if she's retiring, then we definitely would need to.
We already know that Santosh is retiring?
She keeps saying she is.
Wow.
So if you're interested in any of those, or you want something different, or you know you want to get certified in something, just let me know so that I can fill it out on paperwork that I have to turn in, yes, on November 1st. All right, then you guys should have gotten these secondary language arts small group instruction playbooks from the county. They asked something about if we had these, and Monica asked me, and I told her I had no idea what she was even talking about. So here it is. So it's got all the different things for you and small groups. I have extras. If you want extras, there's strategic questioning, formative assessment, and then some different like practices. So,
7 to 10 minutes? We're gonna do 5 hours of planning for 7 to 10 minutes?
I didn't make it. I'm just passing it on. Okay, so then today, you guys get the second part of this student choice, and I'm super grateful for you for participating in my professional development sessions. Last time we talked about reading choice. Today we're talking about assignments. Same goals as last time, understanding importance and value of just choice in the classroom this time. And then gaining strategies. The last half, you guys will just have time to work with teams if you have teams here, or on your own. I think everybody has a team except me.
Except for me and Bob?
Well, you could be on the 11th grade team,
No, right.
and Bob could be on the 12th grade team, which then just leaves Isabella with the team.
Well, Joe's has.
Well, yeah, but then if he goes with Bob, then we'll see how I follow that. I gotta get closer because I can't see. These are the results from that survey that you guys did last time on reading choice when I sent out the survey again. At the very beginning, so out of 3, you guys were 1.6. So 1 was I don't ever give student choice, and 3 was I give student choice all the time as much as I can. It was 1.6. after the professional development, everybody who responded to the survey said that they implemented reading choice in some way, shape, or form. 70% said that students did seem more engaged when they had a choice in what they were reading. Everybody who responded said that students seemed to like having a choice. 6 out of 10 said that maybe the kids were more likely to complete the assignment when they were given a choice. It's kind of hard to see. Sometimes kids are good at faking engagement, but overall it seemed to be a positive experience for kids and teachers with giving kids choice, whether it was full read whatever you want to read or read A or B. Choice of some kind seemed to be positive for students. I think this was on the slides last time. The more engaged a student is in the classroom, the better their academic achievement is. And in classrooms where students enjoy positive relationships with their teacher, they perceive class material to be relevant, and they consider the teacher an expert in the content as well as effective in helping them learn it. Student engagement is likely to be high. Students are going to be more engaged. They have a better relationship with the teacher. They're more willing to do the work. So the relationship factor is important for students. So interestingly, somebody posted something in that Facebook group that if you're not a part of, you should be, just for no other reason than entertainment value. I would encourage you not to post anything. But it is quite entertaining if you're not in it. But somebody posted something about professional development and having a choice, and how much more people respect it when you have a choice in what you get to do. So even like if you go to the county boot camps, oftentimes now they've gotten to where they will give you a choice in what you want to go to. So you can go to Sadly or vocab, or you can go to the novel reimagined, or you can go to the HMH. So they're at least giving choices in how people, perceive having a choice. You tend to be more engaged with what you're learning. If you'd had a choice in what you were learning today, you may or may not have chosen to come to this. But if you have a choice, then you tend to be more engaged, right? And it's the same with the kids. Even if it's as simple as would you rather do A or B, giving them some small modicum of choice lets them be somewhat engaged and have some kind of ownership over what they're doing. Oops. So choice is known to enhance relationships between students and teachers. The option to choose, when you let students have that option to choose, it shows trust and respect from the teacher to the student. That leads to more motivation and success in the classroom for your students. Choice boards are one of the simplest ways to implement voice and choice in the classroom. It gives students a range of topics. They can extend their learning. They can get extra practice on things. They can get remediation on things, and it's a way to kind of get everything into one place and let the students choose. You can tell the students what they have to choose from. Research points out that there's 3 reasons choice helps increase motivation: curiosity, familiarity, and control for students. The last part shouldn't be there, sorry. Choice and relevancy are 2 powerful levers for engaging adolescents. And if you give students choice in their learning and their tasks, and they're relevant, using real-world experiences and examples, it's going to help them make connections with whatever their goals are, hopefully what their interests are, and their values. Current college and career-ready standards demand more rigor, collaboration, critical thinking, problem-solving, right? Nothing new, things that we keep hearing over and over again. Now perhaps more than ever. Kids have to stay positively engaged with their peers. They have to stay engaged in the classroom, socially and emotionally connected to their learning in order to be successful and to be ready for either college or the careers that they're going to, wherever that's going to be. But we also know more isn't always better, especially for students, maybe even for lower level students. They get overwhelmed if you give a choice board that's got 9 options on there. They don't know where to start, they don't know what to do, they're overwhelmed, and they just simply shut down. Right? I know, right, I oftentimes suffer from decision paralysis, right? If you would just tell me what to do, it'd be significantly better than giving me a choice. Right, offering too much choice causes students to be overwhelmed, and there are certain conditions that have to be met if you're going to offer choice in the classroom. So if you're gonna offer choice, there's certain context and background that's gotta be established first, making sure, one, everything's equal in difficulty so that all of your choices are the same, that all of your choices are actually meeting the same standard if that's your goal, and that all of your choices are valuable and meaningful to students, that they're all kind of asking students to do the same thing, that they're all meeting the same skills, that they're all equally valuable to students and towards whatever their end goal is that you have in mind. So interestingly, when asked what you guys said about offering choice, 1 was never, 2 was sometimes, and then 3 was as much as I can. We were 1.6 average again, which was the same that we had for reading choice. Concerns that were brought up was that students are always going to pick the whatever looks easiest. And it doesn't matter if it's the one that's going to meet their needs, but if it looks the easiest or the shortest, that's what the kids are going to pick. If it's the task that has the least number of words to read to get to the end, that's what they're going to pick. They're going to, because that in their minds that's the easiest. Making sure that all the assignment choices are aligned with the standards being assessed in terms of rigor that's being asked of the students. How do you make choices fair and equitable while also appealing to student interest levels? Students don't know what's best for them. So that's our job as the teachers to say, you know, Megan, you should do this one, and Isabella, you should do this one because I know what's best for you, because I know Megan needs to work on characterization and Isabella needs to work on theme, because I'm the teacher and I know that's what they need to work on. What happens if students are lost? So we've got these choice boards, we're all doing all these different things. How do I know who doesn't know what's happening? How do I know what they don't know, when they don't know it? How do I help them? And then how do we keep learning on the same page for all of our students, kind of keeping things equitable? So those were all things that came up kind of as concerns regarding choice.
Goodness.
And then I think some of the biggest ones were maintaining equity. So like, how do I make sure that all, if I'm gonna give 6 choices for an assignment, how do I make sure that all 6 are equal in terms of rigor, in terms of what it's asking students to do, in terms of alignment? And then, I thought I put it on there. The other one was time. Like, where do I come up with the time to make 6 different assignments when it took me an hour to make 1? And so, somewhere I thought I had it in here. Okay, I think I put this in the wrong order, sorry. Okay, so giving students the opportunity to choose often prevents behavior problems. They become more self-determined individuals, right? They're choosing, they're making selections on what they want to do. That sometimes makes them more interested in what they are doing, which makes them more likely to complete the tasks and less likely to cause behavior problems in class, more likely to actually do the work and get it done. Academic content can and should be maintained while you're using these choices. Could be varied writing prompts, could be varied reading lists, it could be varied assignment tasks that you're giving to people. Okay, here's where I thought I had this. Okay, so research shows, right? So if you're going to offer these assignment choices to students, that you've got to work with your course team, right? You can't make 2 different, 5 different, 6 different assignments on your, well, I mean, you can knock yourself out. But if you're going to work on it as a team, research shows that working with your course teams to plan out choice activities, discussing how it leads to better alignment between choices and standards, can help, especially with, you know, if there's teachers that are good at chunking things for students who maybe don't understand or who need things segmented differently than maybe your high flyers who can kind of independently work through things on their own. But if your whole course team is doing an assignment together, that you can work on it to kind of come up with these choices together so that it's more people and maybe the same amount of work. Choices again, let you build relationships with your students. Classrooms where students enjoy, oh no, we already talked about that, sorry. Okay, so choice doesn't have to be super complex. It doesn't have to be like some over the top, everybody, I've got 6 different assignments that are each a page in length that took me an hour each to create, that the kids will do in 20 minutes, and then that's that, and I've got 6 different things to grade. It can be as simple as, like, if you're a level 1 star, you choose this. If you're a level 2 star, you choose this. If you're a level 3, you do this. Or you choose one from each category as you go through things. It could be something like, you know, I've got a theme scale, and then I want you to do so 1 from row 1 on theme, 1 from row 2 on character, 1 from row 3 on tone, as you're reading through your novel. So it doesn't have to be something that's all done in one day. It could be as we're reading our books over the course of, I don't know how long it takes a kid to read a book, a couple of weeks. You know, you pull, you know, something on theme, and then you pull something on character, and then you pull something on tone, so that at the end of the day, they've hit all 3 of those skills, or however many you put in there. Could be something like you do something by yourself, then you can do something with a partner, and then maybe you can do something with a group, to kind of force them to do something on their own, and then force them to do something with a partner, or they could do something by themselves again, for those kids who don't like to socialize. You could do reading, writing, and speaking. It doesn't have to be a choice board. You could have like, hey, either you get to pick your essay topic from anything and everything that you could argue about, or you can pick your essay topic from these 4 lists, if kids need more of a choice. And I notice things that people do all the time anyway. It's just kind of being conscious of what you're doing and how that choice affects the kids. It could be how do they want to complete an assignment. Do you want to like, you know, do a visual display like a 1-pager? Do you want to write a paragraph about it? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to write an essay? Picking an essay topic, picking their reading material, selecting how they work. Like, do you want to work with a group? Do you want to work with a partner? Do you want to work by yourself? But giving them some kind of voice in how they work in the classroom. Okay, so I was going to let you have the last like 30 minutes to work with your course team, looking over examples. I have linked them at the bottom, and I'll email it to you really quickly too. There are slides, but it basically looks like this. So it has the link to the presentation, and so I found all of these on the shared drive. So like some of these I know are mine, because like I know the front one is mine. It's got like AKS 4, and then I just started kind of filling in it, and then I didn't finish because I didn't finish. But then it has like AKS 2. So the point here is if some of this is yours,
Thank you.
thank you for putting it on the shared drive and letting me borrow it, and I am more than happy to give you full credit on my slide and presentation. These narrative techniques, these are from a book somewhere. I don't know if they're from the county. So like narrative writers using techniques, like if you wanted to have the kids like just pick something to incorporate or pick something to identify. So you'll see some of these. This one is a mental moves. We've got the folder, so it should just take you to the folder. The external link is going to take you to their website, so I would just go to the folder. But if you wanted to have them like pick which mental move they wanted to use in their assignment, I couldn't find the informational techniques that match these argument and narrative, but I know that is the wrong. I don't think you need Ansley's IRB. Okay, so these go through all of these, so I was just gonna let you, like, this one's done. I think this one, Keisha, this might be yours.
Probably.
This one's much more done than the others. So I was gonna let you just work with your teams and see if you can come up with some way to use choice. It doesn't have to be something like this. It could just be, do you wanna do A or B? Like, would you rather do a 1-pager to show characterization in the novel, or would you rather write a paragraph explaining how Iggy is characterized in Lord of the Flies?
2 amazing characters. Exhilarating.
I just made it myself.
Awesome. Most kids will just do both.
Keisha.
It's-
I mean, they'll do both.
Do you forget what my one
Okay, let me send you
class
this.
is?
Oh no. Do you give them a choice? Which post or which Emily Dickinson poem to read? don't
We
think
can
you
do
like
that, I do, you do, no. We do, I do, you do,
I do,
We
We
do,
do.
you
you
do.
do.
thank you.
We all do it. We do.
In some way, shape, or form, once they get to the independent, they can choose their own home.
Yeah. They could choose any home, like just go to pull.
Oh, yeah, like the red wheelbarrow.
Okay, I'm sending you the
That's
link
like the
that has
worst
all those
phone
links on it.
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hey, my teammate.
I liked
is
it better when
actually
that house on the
calling me.
corner
Can
had
I
the
talk to her?
chicken, little statue in the yard with a red
Oh, yeah.
wheelbarrow, and then they moved. And I was like, why didn't they just leave it? Thanks. I need that in my classroom. Can I have that? Just like, oh, the plum.
You're fine.
Sorry, I ate your plum. It was so delicious.
I like that
I
one.
love that
I like that one more.
So choice. We didn't get
And eventually
I
I'll
think he'll
upload
write
the
it home.
recording should you ever desire to watch
Yeah,
the recording again.
Good, that'd be easy.
I don't really want to see.
Giving them choice for poetry.
Um,
They'll of course just analyze it
Do
using
y'all
chat
think you
GPT, but.
Unit 3.
Oh.
So,
Schoolville, I guess, just
What?
staying
Yeah,
up,
the
up
transcendentalist,
on the
you know,
grading,
dark
that's it.
romantics.
I mean, behaviors was,
So we're.
I'm way behind on grading, but I never have any time to grade.
exactly.
Does anyone ever not behind on grades?
Just kind of tweaking it.
Pardon me?
No.
Does anyone ever not behind on
Like,
And a team find something.
Discussing
right
it, but
before
it's
Thanksgiving,
done.
I'll get
Opportunities to
I
create.
anything else I need to grade.
I get caught up in December.
Something that
Yeah,
we can do, which everything is.
While they work on performance bonds the whole week, I'll get
Every time we get to like the next thing, looking from a lens of, okay. our
so, yeah, that's
choices
what I
and
am,
so-
overall, just the grading piece.
Really easy to do, there's so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like,
to
it's
do.
it's very similar to like
Okay.
differentiation, right?
I read the feed,
Just
like
being
2
conscious
days
about
into
it,
it,
so.
and they were just complaining, they're like, this is the worst thing. in the whole
Taking up
world.
like the last thing
I was like,
that we're literally doing right now, so we're doing,
what do y'all wanna do?
graphic
Now,
novel.
what would the other class want to do? They're reading a play right now.
so
So y'all wanna read a play? Yeah, I wanna read a play.
Yeah.
Really? So I let them pick.
It's just a one page.
I voted for that.
That's choice.
So,
Two class periods.
we're doing it that.
But again, like.
We read a little bit of feed and we're gonna like,
Can we do this, we do this?
it's not.
Yeah.
Put them together, like how do they kind of.
Opportunity to choose.
I thank you for your frankness on the feed.
Choice to do it this
That was my
way versus
personal,
doing it hand, color, this is not color.
Like,
How-
Can I do
yeah,
it
lines up
myself?
real nice.
We-
Yes,
and I-
however,
Right, so there were boundaries that I put to it. so
last weekend I did
it's
some
so hard to group can be
you know,
discouraged.
work on it. And,
unfortunately,
I'm
writing an essay
trying to
about
get
this.
the thing.
I'm writing an essay about
Pretty much
teaching
any,
and perceive the world.
medium
Yeah.
Corporations around the world.
graphic outlet.
And
do that to the
negative impact of social media.
You have to have either color or
Aspects of
and
consumerism.
at least half of the slides. So
Then,
there's a lot of choice.
for me
Still,
personally,
even though
we teach it
there's text, so there's not choice in text, but there's definitely
better.
choice in
But
in the
until
art
you,
of the creation. So,
I guess, go to that level.
I think that's the biggest thing is
I've read
understanding
the
that.
first
okay,
two, I don't know what it's called,
choice,
books,
does that
and
mean
called
we have to-
sections, I
feel like
don't
what
remember
she
what it's
said.
called.
Okay.
Not the little chapters, but the bigger.
Yeah.
I've read the first two.
It's always gonna be like,
I told the kids, I was
no
like,
choice in text,
it's like
creating
one
60
reading
assignments,
assignment.
okay, here's what you're saying.
It's that
I'll realign
I do think it's
some autonomy and choice
part
within
line.
Yeah.
the assignment. That will
It really lines up really well.
Right.
still give them
So,
order,
from that
still give them,
standpoint,
like,
I find
you
it
need them to have
interesting,
like
but
a path, you need
I'm
them to
just
have
not
structure,
into,
because it can be wild, but at the same time, they're not feeling like
I'm
they're
not into it in terms of, I mean, I don't particularly care for
limited in
fiction.
what they can and can't do with it. The assignment is very sterile,
So that's,
boring, because like,
it's pretty,
we're doing this again.
but nobody's really, you know, voicing like it, just like,
And I'm sure a lot of, like I went to Wilder's class.
But the unit two test is here.
Just flash drive. I went in there for third period for something like that.
So you're not doing poetry,
The unit two test.
I mean, I was going to do.
Hey, I like
Andy
it.
and I were both got a couple.
At least the ones we loved that were vocal about it.
Right, right,
Like,
yeah.
like those ones that chimed in, like, yeah, we like it.
I guess it's still info.
And then what I'm doing, also what's making it better is,
Reading this unit.
I have it as an audio
Katie kind of
book.
feel like.
So with Bo, I chose the text for the class. Short stories, or don't get old. They don't get to choose that, but then like, the next thing.
That's how I listen to podcasts.
I feel like-
I tried to go 2 times. I can't quite go 2 times.
Well, at 1.5 is
Look at
quite,
the pendulum.
it's pretty
They're
fast.
doing it all doing that now.
And,
Like I said, there is some autonomy.
But we'll see.
yeah,
Maybe the
I'll
next
ask
thing.
as they were writing right after it is on.
Right.
I haven't gotten any real complaints.
What I was
Give them some different choices.
is like this
But like I said, when
to do it on
I
him.
dive into
This, maybe.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, like.
In terms of what it allows you to have immediately, corporate stuff.
Right,
There,
right.
you know that y'all read
But
that.
the teenage behaviors.
There's something that I can play with and create that would give student choice.
That's
Oh, they could
actually-
tell
Kinda
the
low.
different form.
To use their
I just
terminology.
started calling everybody in that class, you do.
Yes. Oh,
Maybe they didn't actually, because I was like, what's up, unit? Like, oh my god,
There's
dumb.
probably
I'm gonna have to do that.
Again,
I'll start
choice
doing that
doesn't mean
tomorrow.
like 6, it could be
Hey,
3.
unit.
Yeah.
3 different choices. You want to do grab that one? You want to do?
But yeah, I appreciate your frankness. And like you said, it lines up.
You can do a blackout form, you take the whole text and just black out.
Oh, we were just talking
This,
about
this,
the different.
came about me earlier. He had 2 kids who'd been knuckleheads, I guess.
For
Homes that take sheets.
Like, I'll
He
come,
has
I'll take
those
one of them
on,
away.
I
Sure,
know,
they'll
I
take,
know.
if I take one, no.
Yeah.
Take them both.
Yeah.
Groups, like read with people.
I'm in the middle of teaching class. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
The same thing where like half are doing it and half aren't.
It's impossible.
I go, come on,
Rigorous
rigorous,
is subjective, like
whatever,
I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
I'll give them the
Not
stuff we
distracting
reform.
each other.
What would be
Yep.
equally rigorous?
Ooh, ooh,
because
that's
of
all right.
different
Oh, the
skill
gifted
sets.
class.
I'm sitting here, what are you supposed to be working on? Let's work on
Like,
that.
so they
Don't
struggle
act like
with
knuckleheads,
like
and we'll
actually
be good.
creating one, or
And so he comes back,
you
it's
can't
like,
write one, they couldn't create
It
one
feels
from
like.
what were their
the
names?
text
The-
itself, the blackout.
The blackout book or the found
No,
one?
I did ask them, so I can
Right,
talk
okay.
to them, but I was like, I don't know, he's like, if I show you the roster, can you make the names out? I was like, no,
Because they don't
not
understand.
Well, I've
kids.
had really.
I was just helping you out by moving them.
Well,
Kids like,
the sub that I had that
they
Thursday.
are like poets. I'm saying that,
Yeah, yeah.
but just getting somebody that
Yeah,
has
it's
a
just
level of pride in their
Ease
work.
the
Or,
stress a
okay,
little,
no,
like,
she's
so they
like,
feel like
she's
they
like,
have more time and don't use their own towel on
I
it.
feel like it would be the same.
But
It was.
I
know
never
the
would
foul
get
poem.
those
To
days.
say the least.
Every kid left around,
So,
Sure.
they fuck with
I
foul.
remember I had one time, it
There.
was one of those days where I knew I was gonna be out,
Even
so I
though
was
they're
putting the QR code from the scan.
Borderline.
So just sat there in the video.
Work, it's just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
line.
yeah.
He didn't
But
like
they
talk to the kids the
creating
entire time. Just take over and talk to them,
unique
address them all.
individual work.
I said, what'd y'all do?
They feel.
We
And
scanned
so
the,
they accomplish
we scanned the QR code and
That
do
could be a
this.
great little way after we did one of those post stories to retell it
I was like,
on
that's
different
good.
formats.
that's something I
11
have
types
to
of
use more of that
poems,
QR code.
Yeah, I like choice boards. Choice boards are
And even
nice.
if you take that, lesson without shrinking it down.
Choice
to,
what?
Choice
And
boards.
acrostic.
This is all.
6, 5.
Simplified, right?
So it,
you
like
want
the word pen and it's like.
Oh, that's
kids to
it.
read
Yeah,
something and they're trying to
A
pick out the
ballad,
theme and you want them to.
an elegy,
What's the evidence?
an epic, free verse,
How does that?
Ghazal, Gazel.
Elegies would
I don't
be
care how they
fun.
tell
I remember like
Towards
Quarter
the
video.
end.
And keep it
I don't know
simple,
that
right?
Arabic
video.
poet. Ooh,
Write 2
that's an
paragraph
Arabic
essay.
kid.
Ew, the
Make a poster that
Odyssey.
shows me, outline
A
it,
haiku,
Right.
you know.
a limerick,
Do it.
an
And then,
ode,
because it's not
a
an extra work.
sonnet.
It's literally, the only extra work is the 5 minutes to
A-
type the second choice.
There's
Sonnets are
Nelly.
fun, especially.
And then they have to do the same thing,
More
they
than
just
11
have different ways to do it. I see the white
They might remember it from ninth grade, but probably not, and that's it. So we could, and this has examples, you know.
Yeah.
So Megan, we're thinking of retell a whole story, poetry form.
What?
Story.
What'd you just say?
Any
Retail.
short stories.
Oh, any of them?
Retell a whole story through poetry.
So Andy and I
And give them choice
did
of the different types of
pendulum.
stuff they can write.
That sounds like
We
a great
ended up doing, well,
activity
I don't know
for
if he
honors
did, but
gifted.
I gave my kids an
Make
opportunity
them
to
do
do
an
a
acrostic.
graphic novel version of it. So 3 to 5 panels. So instead of a graph sample, write a poem.
And I don't know if they're reading or not.
Yeah.
And giving them an option, 5 or 6 different
I'm
styles of
like,
poetry.
Yeah.
There's choice, but there's still enough
So
direction,
giving
we're
them
not
choice.
saying.
There's
Any
no choice,
form,
like,
or
what we have left, I don't know
because
that
then,
they would.
like it said with choice becoming overwhelming.
I was like, the act it out, but then the second part is
Mhm.
explain the choices you made, and so they have to come
Mm.
through, because the video's always a hot mess.
Right.
And everybody
Yeah.
asks, but then like when they actually have to know, well, we did this because, you're like,
Because-
I didn't even realize, like, that was actually kind of smart.
Yeah, because it's more important than the actual.
That's the only part I care about.
Yeah.
The other part's just like, let's laugh at you being
Exactly.
stupid.
Yeah.
They
And
have a
it's
choice.
kinesthetic, they're getting up
Sometimes
there.
they have a choice sometimes with prompts.
True.
The open letter's a choice.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I
wide.
think they're okay, like, right now, they're reading the end one, they're on.
Still think we should replace that with
Reading
compare
pages
contrast.
70, something.
Mhm.
So we should replace
It would be
I told them,
faster.
like,
Yeah.
they have to finish.
But that preps them for their
at least
performance
150
final.
pages by this Friday. like,
But it's not a compare, is it?
If we use one of the compare and contrast,
Yeah,
like they already did one
there's
with
a lot
Poe.
that are like a
We
little
did
bit
one, or
behind, but they're
I'm going to do one with Sandberg and whatever. What did we do? Give me liberty or give me death.
And Logic.
Henry?
Not really. And then I'm doing Poe.
So what would, I don't remember what is a performance final, it's a paragraph.
Yeah.
No, it's a compare contrast.
Is it?
We just put it up last week.
I don't remember.
It's compare and
I'm
contrast.
still grading essays. I don't remember it.
Revolutionary lit and Civil War lit is not my favorite,
No, it's disgusting.
but I like British lit. They took that class away.
You mean seniors?
We could add it back
That's the
if you
only
wanted
thing I've
to.
never taught, is Brit Lit.
I haven't
I've done
either,
every grade, somehow,
Writers workshop.
every time,
but in
Still
I've had
college,
whatever
Of
grade,
course,
it's
metrics.
somehow I've
I
not
don't
had
think
it.
so.
That's me with Tim.
There's no Brit Lit here
Advanced
now,
comp is
but
in the,
That's
I-
it, yeah.
at
advanced
my other,
competition.
is in the
And-
course
and
matrix.
placement for
But
me, 11th
advanced
grade
comp
was
is,
Brit
you
Lit.
can only offer it to 10
So when I
and
heard
up.
11th grade, I was in my mind, like, oh, we could do Brit Lit, and there's a major.
Well, 11th grade,
I look
right
forward to
now
it as
has
well.
to be a milestone.
No, that's what I'm saying, I've never taught.
Which would
I've
only
never
help.
taught British Lit.
Right, but I don't know
I've taught
17
they
years, every
change-
grade,
I
I've done
wonder
every
why
grade
it
and
has
AP.
ninth and 11th.
But-
One
Yeah.
and
done
two.
every
Well, I
grade,
think
and then I've
it
taught
used to be the
10th
milestone
graders.
years.
Right,
But
so
it's
if
not.
they'll
Right,
open it back
Lang.
up and let you take advanced comp as a
I've taught
freshman,
10th grade.
Yeah,
I don't know if you should take it as a freshman.
so then when would you take it?
I don't think I would
Now
enjoy
you're not
teaching
even able
10th
to take it
graders, I
as a
feel like.
sophomore
They're
because
not
of the
quite ready.
milestone.
I wouldn't either.
Because the
It wasn't
milestones
my
moving to
Definitely not.
sophomores.
So it's only 1 year, right?
Of
It was
advanced
supposed to be,
comp,
so it was this
yeah.
thing.
I mean, no, of a milestone,
The
no
other
other grade,
AP
it's
Right,
just 10th.
teacher was the one
just
kind of pushing it.
So they could
I did.
take, I just don't
I'm
think
trying to do
ninth
this
graders are ready.
accelerated path where
Don't even know how to write
the
the
kids
message.
who
So
were
now they're
ready.
not gonna be able to take advanced
Yeah.
comp.
They-
They took
they-
AP Lang in 10th grade.